My son will precede yours and will love him. The angel told Zacharias, and he wrote it down for me. How painful it is to see him dumb, my Zacharias. But I hope that when the baby is born, also the father will be freed from his punishment. Will you pray too, since you are the seat of the power of God and the cause of delight in the world? To obtain this grace, I make my offers to the Lord as best I can. I offer my creature because it belongs to him, as he lent it to his servant to grant her the joy of being called mother. It is the testimony of what God has done for me. I want his name to be John. Isn't my son a grace? And didn't God grant me it? And Mary replies, and God, I am sure, will grant you the grace. I will pray with you. I suffer so much seeing him dumb, Elizabeth is crying. When he writes, as he can no longer speak to me, there seem to be mountains and oceans between me and my Zacharias. After so many years of sweet conversation, now there is nothing but silence from his mouth. And particularly now, when it will be so nice to talk about who is about to come. I even refrain from speaking to avoid seeing him getting strained in his efforts to reply to me by gestures. I've cried so much. How much did I long for you? The people of the village watch, talk and criticise. Such is the world. But when one has a pain or a joy, one needs to be understood, not criticised. But now my life seems completely improved. I feel a joy in me since you came here. I feel that my test is about to end and that I will soon be completely happy. I am right, am I not? I've resigned myself to everything. But if God would only forgive my husband, if I could only hear him pray once again. Mary caresses and comforts her, and in order to divert her attention, she invites her to take a little walk in the sunny garden. They walk under a well-cultivated pergola, as far as a little rustic tower, in the holes of which doves have nested. Mary scatters the birdseed, laughing, because the doves have rushed on her, cooing loudly and flapping noisily, forming iridescent circles around her. They alight on her head, shoulders, arms, and on her hands, stretching their rosy beaks to snatch the grains from her hands, gracefully pecking the Virgin's rosy lips and her teeth that shine in the sun. Mary takes the golden corn from a little sack, and she laughs in the middle of that tournament of intrusive greed. How fond they are of you, points out Elizabeth. You've only been here a few days, and they love you more than me, though I've always taken care of them. They continue walking until they reach an enclosure at the end of the orchard, where there are about 20 goats with their little kids. Have you come back from the pasture? Mary asks a little shepherd, caressing him. Yes, because my father said to me, go home, because it is going to rain shortly, and there are some sheep about to lamb. Make sure they have dry herb and litter. There he is. He is coming. And he points to the wood, whence a continual trembling bleating can be heard. Mary caresses a little kid, as fair as a child, which rubs itself against her, and together with Elizabeth, she drinks some new milk that the little shepherd offers them. Then the sheep arrive, led by a shepherd as hairy as a bear. But he is obviously a good man, because he is carrying a groaning sheep on his shoulders. He puts her down gently and explains. She's about to lamb. She can only walk with difficulty. I put her on my shoulders, and I hurried all the way to get here in time. The sheep, still limping painfully, is led into the fold by the boy. Mary is sitting on a stone and is playing with the little kid and the lambs, offering clover flowers to their pretty rosy little faces. A black and white kid puts its little hooves on her shoulder and smells her hair. "It is not bread," says Mary, laughing. "I'll bring you some crumbs tomorrow. Be good now." Once again cheerful, Elizabeth also laughs.